So what I'm going to be talking to you about today is we're going to use LVM on Linux to set up Chia. And then I'm going to make a second video. It's going to show you how to connect the disk that I'm setting up with LVM and putting them and connecting them to my Chia farmer on my Windows machine. All right, so let's jump right into it. I've got everything open. As you can see, I've got the chia-blockchain running. Here's my full node. That's for the next video. And for this one, we don't need that. I'm going to show you. I have WSL running on my Windows machine. It is Iron Man. That's this Windows machine, Iron Man. I'm going to connect with SSH over to Falcon, which is my other Linux. It's another Linux machine that I run that has that I need to set up Chia on. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to SSH to Falcon, which is 10.4.13.7. Enter. I've already got a key set up, so I don't even have to type in my password. Now, I am now SSH'd into what is my harvester. All right. So I'm going to use lsblk. Enter. That's going to show me any devices that are connected to this machine. What I need to do is get this set up and ready to go. This one set up and ready to go, and then these two. So a little bit of background, not a lot. LVM is, I think, logical volume management. On Linux, it just allows you to move your drives around. It allows Linux to detect them. I did not want to get started with it. I was real familiar in Linux with just connecting drives using, like, you can do /dev and then std or whatever the name of the drive and then connect it. I ran into a bunch of problems and lost a bunch of data doing that way. So what I learned is that if you use logical volume management, I can take drives from this computer and then put them in another computer and then just scan the drive and bring it right in and read the data from it. So it's been real handy. I've learned a little bit more about it. I'm by no means an expert on LVM, but I've learned a few things, so that's what we're here for today. So I've used lsblk to look here. Now, if I ls here to my directory, all I have is that chia-blockchain, and actually I'm just going to remove that because another video I'm going to show how to install that. So we're just going to start with nothing. I had a computer problem and lost all my data on this computer. This is actually a server, and so I'm going to restart everything from scratch. And that's why if I do ls here, there's absolutely nothing. All right, so let's clear this, open it up. It's just all nice and clean for us. So first, let's get back to where we were. Now, I am going to make a new directory. So what I did with these volumes is I named them the plot number, so I just incremented them every time I added a new drive so that if I ever used LVM, I could just make a new directory and connect it. So what do I mean by that? Well, in this server, I've got, I really don't know what else to do here, so let's just open up Paint. This will be nice and pretty. Holy crap, that is bright. All right, so let's get a pencil. So in this server, here's my server. It's beautiful, right? I have one drive here, another drive, and another drive. Those are all equal sizes. Okay, so let's just call this Bay 1, Bay 2, Bay 3, Bay 4. All right. In Bay 1, right now I have a 250 gig hard drive. Okay. And that's just where my OS is stored. On the second one, I have my Chia fork databases. So Chia forks are something that I've been doing for quite some time. I actually run my own, but that's for another video. So in this is a 500 gig drive, okay? And then in 3 and 4, if we go back here and look, you can see it says base 3.4 plots 05, okay? So what I did is I combined both of these both of these disks, and I don't know why that looks black, but it's not. I combined 3 and 4. They're both 4 terabyte drives, okay? So if we look back here, you can see this is 7.3. Well, they're actually 3.7 each. I combined them to get the 7.3. That's why it shows SDC and SDD are one unit. Base 3.4, base 3.4, that's Bay 3, Bay 4, all together here is 8 terabytes. Actual the readable is the 7.3, okay? So I did that so that I could just plot to those and combine them into one group. So all I need to do here all right, is I need to make a new directory. So I just do make directory, and I'm going to call it plots05. All right, that is right here. That's why I named it plots05. So if I ever needed to put it on another computer, I could just make that, and then on my other computers, I have plots06, 07, or whatever. Okay, so let's just hit enter. All right, so now if I ls, you can see I've got plots05. Well, if I read into that, I don't have anything there. Okay, so let's connect these two drives, and I'm going to close this ugly thing now that you know what we're doing. I'm not going to save that, whatever. Okay, so let's do something called LVs, and that's just to see the logical volumes. I have to sudo that. It'll show you I have Barracuda, which is in Bay 2. That's where I have, it's like an extra drive so that if my OS crashed, which it did, this is great practical use case, right? It died, so now I have all my data back here. I didn't lose it all. I just reinstalled the OS, and then I'll connect all my data back to that. All right, I also have plots05, which is a logical volume that we can already see, and then I have my main drive, which has a partition. I haven't messed with that already, but that's why it only shows 150. It's actually 250. All right, so what I want to do is I want to do a scan of the volume group, which is everything combined. So let's do vgscan. And so what this says, it says it found bays 3 and 4, it found bay 2 using the metadata, and it found my main one. Okay, so now if I do lvscan, it will scan the logical volumes. Okay, you can see that they're active. If I would have done this a second ago, it would have said they're inactive. So by doing this vgscan, set everything up. All right, so I can see that there's about 7.28 terabytes, and this is 465 and 115. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at the name of the logical volume. So usually, if you're familiar with Linux, you would do like lsblk, and you would do like sudo and mount, and I do dev sdc, which would be this one, and it'd mount that drive to whatever the folder is. Okay, I'm not going to do that. What I want to do is lvdisplay, and that's going to show me the name of the path, right, that I need to connect. So I've got this one is my main one. I've got Barracuda, which is the one in Bay 2, which has all of my other data on it. You can see I can read write that. And then you can also see that this is plots05. Okay, so this is the path we need. So instead of the location of the drive, I want the path. So I'm just going to copy this. All right, so I don't get it wrong. You can also autocomplete this. And then I'm going to do sudo mount, okay, and then I can right-click to paste that. But I will tab complete just so you can see. So we'll do dev, and then we want bays 3 to 4. I just tab completed that, and plots05. Now, I want to put this on plots05, and I can tab complete there because that's pretty much the only thing I have. But I also, for Chia, only want to mount this in read-only, because I don't want to corrupt any of that data, because I've already had to replot. I'm tired of plotting. I just want to mount it read-only so that nothing happens to the drive. I can't accidentally write to it. You know, basically the drive has to fail. So I'm going to hit enter there. All right, so that looks good. If I don't say anything, that's good, right? Now I'm going to ls plots05, and boom, there's all my plots. All right, there they are. So if I want to see how much space is on here used, I can do du for disk usage. We'll sum total it, human readable, which is sh, and then we'll do plots05. You can see I've got 6.9 terabytes, and there's only like 7.3, so I could probably squeeze another, what would that be, 0.4 terabytes? I don't know. Anyway, this is all I have. So now if I lsblk, you can see both of these are connected to my computer, and now I can use those for Chia. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this Barracuda, and I'm going to have a separate video showing what we're going to do with that drive. So let's do mount, same thing, read only, and we're going to do dev, and then we're going to do bay 2, and then Barracuda, and I don't have anywhere to mount this, do I? Let's go make a folder. Barracuda. We'll call it Barracuda, and then we'll just, I didn't do anything there. Sudo mount read dev bay2 Barracuda to Barracuda. And actually, I don't want this read-only because I need to do stuff with that. All right, how about that? All right, so now ls Barracuda, there's everything that's on it. So my main data that I've had on here, this is a test plot that I was using. This fork DBs, if I go into that, sorry about that. All right, there, I can do an ls, well, it's all dots, so it's like the hidden files, so I have to do that. So that shows me all these are the forks that I've been farming, and I don't know why the permissions are set on that differently, but anyway, so this is all my data I need to get back to. So that's all for this video. That just shows you how to connect them. If I clear this, let's just take a look at what we did. Back here, I lsblk, I see that they're now mounted. Okay, I can see where they are mounted. And then if I ls into them plots 05, I can see all the plot files there. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take these plot files and this machine as a harvester, and we're going to connect it to this Windows farmer right here. All right, I'll see you there.